Graffiti, what does it represent? For some, it's an act of rebellion, a voice of the oppressed, a form of expression. For others, it's a symbol of disorder, defacement, and vandalism. But graffiti, like language itself, has evolved over centuries to become an undeniable cultural phenomenon. Welcome to Mind Mosaic. Today, we unravel the story behind the walls, the story of graffiti. Graffiti isn't a modern invention. Its roots trace back thousands of years. In fact, early examples can be found on the walls of ancient Pompeii. The Romans used graffiti as a means to express everything from political opinions to declarations of love. And even before that, prehistoric cave paintings were perhaps the first human markings on walls, telling stories of hunting and survival. But unlike art created for galleries or museums, graffiti was often informal and spontaneous, a raw reflection of everyday life. Fast forward. In the urban landscapes of New York City in the 1970s, graffiti took on a new life. Subway cars became moving canvases. Walls turned into stages for artists who felt silenced by society. Names like Taki 183 became legendary, symbolizing not just tags but identity and visibility. Street art became a form of rebellion, particularly among marginalized communities. It allowed individuals to reclaim public spaces, to voice frustrations with the system, and to challenge the status quo. But, along with this recognition came controversy. Graffiti was seen as vandalism by authorities, leading to a crackdown on artists and a constant cat-and-mouse game between taggers and law enforcement. As graffiti matured, so did the conversation surrounding it. Artists like Banksy, Shepard Fairey, and Jean-Michel Basquiat blurred the lines between street art and fine art. Their works were not just provocative but also thought-provoking, addressing issues like capitalism, war, and inequality. This raised a key question: can graffiti be considered art? For some, graffiti is a legitimate form of artistic expression, reflecting the cultural zeitgeist and giving voice to the voiceless. For others, it remains an act of vandalism, an illegal, destructive force. Interestingly, what once was considered underground has now entered the mainstream. Corporations, fashion houses, and advertisers have tapped into the visual appeal of graffiti. It's a strange paradox: what was once rebellious has become trendy. But does this commercialization dilute the original message, or does it elevate graffiti into something more respected? The lines are blurred. The cultural landscape has shifted. And today, graffiti exists in many forms, from tags that remain outlawed to commissioned murals celebrated by city councils. With the rise of social media, graffiti has found a new platform. Instagram and YouTube have allowed street artists to showcase their work to global audiences, sometimes before the paint has even dried. Viral art pieces now influence not just neighborhoods but the entire world. The global reach of graffiti has expanded exponentially, making it one of the most accessible and impactful forms of modern-day communication. So, where does graffiti go from here? As cities evolve and technology advances, graffiti has already begun to merge with digital art forms. Virtual graffiti, augmented reality installations, and even NFT graffiti art have started to emerge. But no matter the medium, the essence of graffiti remains the same: a voice. A voice that cannot be silenced. A voice that will continue to speak, whether it's on a crumbling wall, a subway car, or in the digital realm. Graffiti is more than just paint on a wall. It's a story that keeps evolving. What do you think? Is graffiti art, vandalism, or something in between? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned for more thought-provoking explorations right here on Mind Mosaic.